Hey there, this is Coloring Chemist. My name is Connie and welcome back to my channel. A viewer had asked or requested in the comments on my June, it's actually a combo video that I did. It was a June 2024 haul and completed pages video. And this is one of my completed pages for June 2024. They had asked if I could do a little short tutorial on how I did this firefly kind of effect. So you can see there, it's just a little, the little circles were already there. Hannah Carlson puts them in quite often in her drawings. And I turned the background of this black and then made these little fireflies. So this is the tutorial video, and I actually figured out some new stuff. So I made some little multicolored fairy lights too. So if you want to learn how to do this, it's really quick, really easy, super simple, then just stay tuned. A viewer had asked me about a firefly effect that I had done on a finished page. I think it was in a Hannah Carlson book. And it's super easy. And I can't claim credit for this because I believe I got the idea from Lisa Taggart, Inky Bliss, amazing mixed media artist here on YouTube. So if you, I would say definitely go and check her channel out. It's just Inky Bliss here on YouTube. And I believe I got the idea from her. All you need are some pastel pencils. Now, if you have the stick pastels, you could probably use those too. I like the pastel pencils. These are Pitt pencils, just because when you're doing fireflies, for me, on the pages where I've done them, I want little circles, and with the larger stick pastels, it can be hard to draw a small circle. You want a circle that's probably, I would say, about the size of the end of a pencil. So that can be a tough size to do with a great big stick pastel, unless the still has the corners on it. So that's why I say pastel pencils. The nice thing about Pitt pastel pencils from Faber-Castell is you can buy them open stock, so you don't need to buy a whole set. If you go to someplace like Cult Pens, or I'm sure Blick, probably in the States, has them. I really like having a white, so this is white 101. And the other color I like using for this is 104. I think in the Faber-Castell line, 104 is light yellow glaze. I'm just going to check my Pitt pen here. Yeah, light yellow glaze. The reason you want a chalk pastel pencil, so when I say pastel, I don't mean color, I mean the material. So this is a chalk pastel. And the reason you want a chalk pastel is because you're going to smudge this on purpose. So depending on, if I'm going to do fireflies, let's say, oh, and the other thing you need is some kind of gel pen. And I've got just some yellow and whites here, but we'll get to these in a sec. If I'm going to do fireflies, I will take the yellow 104 yellow glaze Pitt pastel pencil. Just cut that a bit here so you can see. And I've just got some black Post-its here. I didn't actually have a page that I was working on where I had a black background and needed to do fireflies, so I just grabbed some black Post-its. You need a paper that's got at least a little bit of tooth to it. It doesn't have to be, like really toothy. But if you have super smooth paper, chalk pastels aren't going to stick to super smooth paper. So you need paper that's got at least a little bit of a tooth to it. So I just for fireflies, take the 104 light yellow glaze, and you're just going to just make a little circle about that big. Here, I can come in even more. It's not a very big circle. You can see my finger next to it. Like I say, it's about the same size as the end of a pencil, right? About that size. And then you just don't blow away the dust. Take your finger right over top of it and just make little circular motions. And you smudge it out. You can do that with you could do this with any color technically. It's just fireflies to me are yellow. We actually have fireflies here. I live in central Canada. One landed on my window in front of my desk sits in front of a window, and it landed on my window the other night. It was kind of cool. They're actually, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a firefly or a lightning bug in real life. They're kind of ugly bugs. They're not, we think of them as cute, but the bug itself is kind of scary and ugly looking. But they do make lovely, glowing in the summertime sky here. So I've made my little smudgy circle. And then for fireflies, I like to take, this is a Jelly Roll Moonlight pen, and you probably can't read that. It's the 403P. So it's Jelly Roll relatively recently, made a pastel set. There's 5 colors. And I think if you buy a set on Amazon, you get a pack of 10 because there's 2 of each color in the pack, I think. You can buy them open stock in some places, maybe. Michael's. I think Michael's sells Jelly Roll pens. But yeah, so this is the light or pastel yellow, I think they call it. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take and make a tiny single dot in the middle of that blurred out circle. And that's it. There's your firefly. Now, I mean, if we zoom way in, I mean, it doesn't look much like a firefly. But the thing about the kind of art I like and the kind of art that we're sort of, aiming at here, it's almost impressionistic. You want to look at this, you're probably not looking at your coloring page with your nose right up to the paper, right? You're standing back. And if I do this in a bunch of places, you can make the circles slightly different sizes. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Might be easier or better if you make a couple different sizes. I'm very bad at random. I struggle with random. This is not random. I struggle with random. Maybe that's too many. I don't know. And then we're just going to... You don't even need to clean off your finger in between. Because, I mean... And you notice I'm not smudging them like a ton. I want to keep sort of a remnant of that original circle there with just like a little glow basically around it. I mean, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. And then I'm just gonna, so I don't get that yellow other places, take my pastel yellow, there's some fireflies in the night sky. I mean, that's literally all I did. I've seen Lisa Taggart on Inky Bliss do the same thing for stars. So let's say we wanted to do this for stars. Now, stars, you could do yellow. So we could do, let's try a yellow pastel circle. And then we'll do a white pastel circle. I think she does them with white. And we'll blend out yellow. Now, before you go to the white, I would get the yellow pastel off your finger. Blend out the white. And if I'm doing a star, I mean, you could do pastel yellow for stars. I like doing white for stars. So what does it look like if I put a white dot in the middle of a yellow circle versus a white dot in the middle of a white circle? I mean, you do get a different look. To me, this is more star-like. I'm not sure I like... I've never done that before. I don't know if I like the white in the yellow, but I like the white in the white. That's more star-like to me. So that's just a white gel pen. I mean, this is a Signo Broad, but I mean, you could use... It doesn't really matter, right? Could be any. You could also do... let's say white circles and do, what else could we put in the center? Smoosh them out. What does it look like? And sometimes my smooshing isn't even, perfectly even. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What if I took a Jelly Roll Stardust? Now this is just the clear stardust, right? It doesn't have any color. Does it look like if I put that in the center? I don't think that's as... It's funny. By putting that little white dot in the center, it doesn't glow, right? It's not... But it gives the illusion of glowing. I don't know that that gives the illusion of glowing, because you can't really see... I mean, it'll sparkle, right? If I can get it to catch the light. I mean, it's just a tiny little dot. But I don't know that it gives the illusion of glowing. What if I put... This is a Jelly Roll Glaze white. Not clear, white. And... get it going here. I'm going to put that in the center of this one, and then we'll come back to it. Because this goes down clear, but dries whitish. So we'll see what that looks like. Let's try some yellow circles. And let's try some other kind of gel pens. If you want a more even, like I got a little off there with the white one there. I smooshed that one. It's more smooshed to that side than that side. If you want it perfectly evenly smooshed all the way around, try to put your finger down in the exact center of the circle that you draw. What if I used, this is a Jelly Roll Stardust, but it's not the clear, it's the yellow. So what does that look like? Again, I don't know, not as, to me, these just look glowy, right? You've got that really pastel yellow with the, it just looks glowy. I don't know. What if I used, this is a glaze pen in the yellow. Get that going here, there we go. We'll let that dry. So we're just getting some of the gunk off the end of the pen there. We'll let that dry. We'll see. What else do I have? What if I used... Got this white. This is glitter white, and it's from a Tanmit set of gel pens. So what if I did a couple white circles here? Did this glitter white center there. Yeah, no, I still think just the... I mean, that's okay. I think you can see it a little bit there. And then I grabbed a silver sparkle pop. I was just going to see if that was any different than the... what did we grab before? The clear Jelly Roll Stardust? Yeah, I just don't think it gives as great an illusion as that, right? And you know what? That's not bad, because as that white glaze is drying, it's going white. It's not clear. So it's, you know, it's very similar looking. But this really opaque white in the center, I just think there's your stars, right? And there's our fireflies. So, you know what? Play around with it. If you've got a set of pastel pencils and you've got different colors, I mean, if you wanted to do fairy lights, you could find, let's say fairy lights would be pastel colors. I don't know. So you've got 5 of these colors, right? You've got this, you've got, sorry, I'm just leaning away here. You've got a pink. You've got like a mint kind of color. You've got, is this one of them? Nope. You've got, nope, that's not either. Sorry. Should have had these pulled beforehand. Green. Nope, that's not it either. Oh my goodness. What the colors were there? Oh, like a peachy color here. And I was sure there was a... There we go. My apologies. So there's the 5 colors that pastel, or that Jelly Roll makes in this pastel set. So there's a yellow, like a mint, a lavender, a pink, and a peachy color. If you have a set of pastels or pastel pencils, you could try and find colors that you more or less, match these. And so, I mean, we've got, the yellow glaze in the Pitt pastel pencils to go with the yellow there. So those two would go together. And just try and find other colors that maybe match these. I don't know what that would look like. We could try. Hang on, I'll pause the video and I will see if I can find some colors to match these. All right, I'm back. So this is the case that I have. There's sort of a bunch of Faber-Castell products in here, but this is where I have my, there's a 60 set of the Pitt pastel pencils in here. So I think our best bets are, we've got, so this is the 426p pastel Jelly Roll, and I think that's going to go best with, these are the only pastel pencils I have. The Faber-Castell 156. 156 is cobalt green. So I think those two will go together. The 437p, so that's like a pastel, kind of a bluey lavender, I think is going to go with 140, which I think is ultramarine blue, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it is. If it's not, I do apologize. The 420p, so it's like the pastel pink, is going to go best with 127, which is, it's like middle, nope, pink carmine, sorry. And the the 405p, so it's like a peachy orange pastel, I think is going to go best with the 109, which is actually, it's a yellow, I think. It's dark chrome yellow, but it's a yellowy orange. So we have one square left. I don't know. Let's try. And then, of course, we had the yellow, the pastel yellow with the 104 light yellow glaze. So if you wanted to make fairy lights that were different colors, we'll do a couple yellow there, and then we'll do a couple orange. Pink. The pink was a little dark. I was kind of hoping I had a lighter pink, but I didn't. Not in that set, anyway. I know some blue. Carbothello makes a set of pastel pencils. And you can probably buy budget pastel pencils as well. And again, this 156, this cobalt green is going to be a little... Well, actually, that's not bad. I was going to say it was going to be a little dark, but I'm very bad at random. These are not random. Here, I'll zoom in and show you. I have a hard time. I don't know if it's my science brain that says no, things have to be in a pattern. I don't know what it is. All right, so I made little circles. I got a tissue here just to wipe off my finger. And I'm going to go from... Probably start with the yellow. I don't think it really matters. So we'll smudge out the yellow ones. Wipe my finger. Smudge out the orange ones. Wipe my finger. Make sure your finger is clean. Pink ones. Yeah, that pink I think is a little... I wish I had a lighter pink. I had... it was like 132, which is like a peachy color in the Faber-Castell line, but I did a little testing on the white cardstock I have here just off to the side when I was off camera there, and I think it's too peachy to go with this pink gel pen, so yeah, a lighter pink pastel pencil would be cobalt green's a little bit dark too. But again, the other greens that were in that 60 set were more yellowy green, and I think this is more of a like a minty, almost bluey green. So let's put some gel pen dots in there, because I think that's where kind of the magic really happens. Now, make sure you put the right color with the right dots. Or mix and match. It doesn't really matter, does it? I was just curious to see what this would look like. You know, you've got multicolored, I don't know, magical fairy lights in the back. And you can make the little dots in the center as big or as small as you want. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, the pink gel pen is quite a bit lighter than that pink, so maybe I don't really have very many. I have a set of Faber-Castell, like the square chalk pastels. I wonder if maybe there's a lighter pink pastel in there. But like I say, that's a little bit tougher to use those to get small circles. This is a darker color too, so it's not going to look as glowy as the lighter colors. I don't know. Zoom in a bit more. What does that look like? Does that look like magical fairy lights? I guess it does. Actually, that's kind of neat. So there you go. It's a really super easy technique. You know, there's really no there's no skill in, I don't have skill. There's no skill involved. You're just making little circles. You smudge them out with your finger and you put a dot of the opaque kind of, you know, moonlight pens. They don't have to be the actual moonlight pens, but that kind of pen, you know, the sparklier ones it just doesn't give that glowy effect. Oh yeah, we did the yellow glaze here, and actually on the black paper it doesn't even look yellow. It just looks like I made a hole in the middle of the smudgy yellow pastel. So they just don't really work. Just gel pens, you know, regular gel pens seem to work the best. I think they give the best kind of glowing effect. Little dots of acrylic paint would probably work as well, you know, matte acrylic paint. Watercolor paint, probably not so much, because you do need something that's opaque. But yeah, so there's our fireflies, some white stars, and some little multicolored fairy lights. So there you go. So there we are. How to make super quick and easy, you know, whether it be fireflies or stars or little multicolored fairy lights. I like that multicolored one. Now, I will say, because it's pastel that you're putting down, I've noticed that some of this, even in, you know, it's been a couple hours since I've been picking this up and sticking it down again. Some of the pastel pencil color has sort of come off this paper. So if you're going to be handling your page a lot after you do this, you might want to fix those pastel. You might want to fix the page, right? Because pastel pencil, I mean, it is just pastel. It is going to come off the page. You may also want to, in a coloring book, put, you know, like a protective sheet so that when I close this book, this pastel doesn't rub off on here. But yeah, I don't know what this would look like on a white background. I've always done it on black, so that's just kind of what I'm doing here. I think it's more effective on black because you get that little glowing effect, but you might be able to get a glowing effect with the different colors on white. I don't know. You know what? Give it a try. There's really no right and wrong, is there? It's just whatever you like and whatever makes you happy. So that's it. Just a little tutorial here on how to do a glowing kind of firefly star fairy light effect. If you like what you're seeing on my channel, consider liking the video, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, leaving me a comment, letting friends know that you found a channel that you like. They might like it too. I hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone is well, and I hope everyone is enjoying their coloring. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye-bye.